They had a fleet of exciting whites the other night.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Okay, just a fleet of them. Joe Mazzulla said, boys, you know what we're doing. You know what you're doing out there. And all you heard was,
On a string.
that's all you heard. That's all you heard. Win, dominate. Then, they lose their megastar, their all-star. Will you stop it with this microphone?
It's unbelievable.
You smacked the wood and the microphone went limp.
That's what they were
I'm
doing.
trying to get it.
That's what they were doing. They're bopping
This
around.
thing's flopping around. Sorry.
But anyways, one of the best players on earth now has recovered from an injury faster than ever to get back on a winning team just because it's New England. This wouldn't happen and hasn't happened anywhere else. Allegedly, Jayson Tatum is going to be returning to the court, which is an absurd thing to think about after tearing his Achilles when he did last season. And everybody just said he's going to be gone forever. Well, Joe Mazzulla and the boys have been able to keep the team good and in contention and just say, hey, when you come back, we'll add you to our roster. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who broke the news and a guy who is always on the beat for the NBA. Ladies and gentlemen, Shams Charania.
Yay,
Shams, what is this? Why does the New England area and Boston always get this type of shit? Honestly, why is this? Has this ever happened before? It's been, 200 and some days, I guess, and this guy's going to be back on the hardwood, running back and forth. What should we expect out of him, and when did it become a reality that he was going to potentially return this season? Because my understanding was he was just gone for this season, maybe late postseason. How'd we get here, Shams, if you could kind of just catch us up on it all?
So, Pat, the point you make is very interesting because, it's the Celtics, and it's that area, and what they play for is championships. And I had a Celtics official tell me last night, it's like, we play for championships here. All of our players, they all know the aspirations that we have, and that you have to believe that plays a big part in Jayson Tatum's mindset. Now, if Jaylen Brown hadn't led this team for the first 60 plus games of the season to put this team in position to compete for a championship, to make some real noise, does Jayson Tatum come back? We will never know. But he literally, from the moment when he had surgery in May, so just under 10 months ago, he underwent surgery for fully ruptured Achilles tendon. This is usually an injury that takes about a year. Kevin Durant took 16, 17, 18 months to rehab and recover from his. Jayson Tatum, the moment he had surgery, he started 2-3 sessions per day. He had daily sessions, multiple sessions throughout the day. He made it his goal, his mission to come back for the 25-26 season. As unlikely as everyone else thought it was going to be, and even in the fall, he did a string of media, and he said, I'm not doing these 2-a-days, working out 2-3 times a day just to sit at home. I'm doing this so I can play. And even still, I think a lot of people around the league kind of just looked at it as like, all right, that's a good hope. But in the last 24, 48 hours, I had multiple people around the situation, around the team, around Jayson Tatum tell me he is ready to go. So anytime you're coming back from an Achilles tear, an injury of this magnitude, yes, it's getting 100% medically. It's getting 100% mentally. And then it's getting the sign-off from the doctors, from Jayson Tatum's representatives. Because think about it. Jayson Tatum has a contract of over $300 million. So there's a massive investment there if you're someone around Jayson Tatum. And then if you're the Boston Celtics, this is the biggest investment you have in any player in your franchise. So they're not just going to rush him back. They're not going to put him in a position where he's going to be in harm's way and he's not fully cleared. So when he got cleared over a month ago to do full 5-on-5 scrimmaging, I think that's when everything became a reality. And then from there, it's just been about him getting there mentally, him getting the conditioning, the reps that he needed from a 5-on-5 scrimmaging basis. And this week, I'm told he got fully cleared to return to action and make his season debut. And that will be, all expectations are that's going to be tonight against the Dallas Mavericks. Celtics are bracing for that. His teammates are ready for him to return. Wow. Jayson Tatum has indicated to the team that he's ready to return tonight. And the Celtics are already planning for him to be on a minutes restriction. They're planning that starting tonight, you're going to have 19 games left in the season. Start to get him in as close to peak Jayson Tatum form as possible before the playoffs. And then from there, it's full steam ahead. That's everything that's being envisioned. And Joe Mazzulla, Jayson Tatum, Jaylen Brown, all three parties, from my understanding, they've had conversations, just getting ready for tonight and getting ready for what's going to be, I think, an unbelievable atmosphere. Because not only Jayson Tatum expected to play tonight, but Cooper Flagg, who hails from Maine, is expected to be
the main event.
Maine. is going to be there tonight. So Cooper Flagg, Jayson Tatum on deck for tonight.
Is this Cooper Flagg's first time playing in Boston?
Yes, it is. It is.
I don't love what Missoula and Tatum are doing to that. Wow. Yeah, I don't love that.
That's right.
Hey, kid. Yeah, sweet. You're from Maine. You're the main event. Okay, actual main event. MVP.
It's Boston, bitch.
Okay, Tatum's going to come play. Congrats, Cooper Flagg. We know he's a beast. Shout to him his entire run, and him being the main event and everything like that is spectacular. But story of night is definitely Tatum defying odds, science, and doubts from a lot of different people. Last question for me on the entire thing. And as you were talking there, great layout of the entire situation. We appreciate you doing that. Connor was over here, just ear to ear and doing the rock goosebump
chills
over here because of how excited he is about it all.
We were in Indy during the conference finals, and me and BC were talking about how bad it was looking for the Celtics, and they were going to tear down the roster.
Trade.
And all the moves that were going to be made. They moved Porzingis. They moved Drew Holiday. This is a totally different team. This is a team built on these scrappy rookie salary players. They're clearly not. They're not a tax team this year. So think about it. They were a second apron team, which is like basketball salary hell. And now they're not even a luxury tax team, and they're on the brink of potentially competing for a championship.
Yeah, of course. And once again, Boston, that. It's always they always do it.
Yeah.
And I met Tony's boy the other day, Roman Anthony. He's going to be doing it for a long time up there as well.
How old's Drake, man?
This just always seems to work out up there. Good for you guys.
Thanks, man.
We're really happy for you.
Appreciate it. Shout out Joe Missoula.
But I am happy for Tatum. Yeah, he goes to bed questionable, wakes up probable. He has a line for absolutely everything. Last question for me on Tatum before we have one or two other NBA things because we have a hard out of 57, Shams. We appreciate you joining us on this huge day. When we've seen guys in the NFL come back after an Achilles, it's clear that they're coming back from an Achilles. You said he's been playing 5-on-5 for 30 days. Have you seen any film of him playing? Should we be expecting him to be hobbly, or are they expecting, just other than cardio and game shape, they're expecting him to be able to move the same way he moved before? Is that what the reports are out of this practice, is we should be expecting him?
Yeah, Pat, I've heard from multiple people that have been involved and seen Jayson Tatum, have even practiced against him, and they say he looks like Jayson Tatum. He looks great. But again, practicing in 5-on-5, scrimmaging with the team. He scrimmaged with coaches, and then he scrimmaged with coaches and Stay Ready Group, which in the NBA Stay Ready Group is guys on two-way contracts, guys in the G League, guys that are end-of-bench players. So he's doing 5-on-5 against them. And then he goes up against all professional players, so the main Celtics. And then he goes up against the actual Boston Celtics practice. So he's been through every single prong of this as you possibly can go through to put himself through the gauntlet. So I don't think anyone's expecting Jayson Tatum to come in tonight and have 30 minutes and 30 points and have ton of usage percentage like we're accustomed to seeing. It's going to be a gradual allow him to get his legs under him, because there's going to be ebbs and flows. There's going to be stuff that comes up along the way, bumps in the road, soreness that he's going to deal with. This could lead to potentially other injuries. You don't want to see it, but there's always these potential. He could deal with knee soreness. He could deal with something else just because of the gruesome injury that is coming back from. But right now, everyone
got it. Yeah. Over under is 13 for him tonight. Just something to think about. Last question, quick from Con Man.
Yeah, that's just the worry, Shams. Like the minutes restriction is strictly to see how his body responds, not as much like, hey, this guy isn't ready to play.
No, it's 100% going to be him getting his legs under him, conditioning. And honestly, this is another thing we haven't spoken about. It's like the anxiety, the nerves. And I think that is something that Jayson Tatum is very, very aware of. That, like, what is it going to be like when I step foot in TD Garden and get announced? And how will it be even getting my first shot? And so that's all something he's dealing with.
Yeah, when you come back from an injury, you're always scared you're going to do it again. So that is like the biggest hurdle. I would assume that he's been getting through that for these 5-on-5s that you just listed. But in real action against real teams, especially with the main event coming to town, I'm excited to watch him respond. I think I'm taking the over there on him as well. And I think it's going to be the first 5 shots. I think we are.
You got to shoot him quick. You got to get him. You got to get the nerves out. You got to just get it.
They're going to be feeding him, I assume. Hey, welcome to the show here, main event. All right, I appreciate the hell out of you joining us, Shams. We're excited to chat basketball as this NBA season continues to roll on. They're saying the college season much better than the NBA. Is that real?
Ooh.
Come on now.
Yes.
NBA season, up to something season in the NBA.
Okay. All right. Here they are, ladies and gentlemen. Shams Ron.
Yeah, Shams.
They have been saying that.
Oh, yeah. And I think it's kind of certified. We haven't even got to the tournament yet.
We're getting close to the conference championships, right? Those are happening all through next week and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, age. They're saying college basketball up to the right, and NBA is trying to keep up with them. And allegedly, these college teams are scoring.
Oh, yeah.
And allegedly, the environments are obviously awesome. And then you turn on an NBA game, and it is like what it is.
It's the atmosphere. I think it's the atmosphere around the college game that makes people think that.
And football as well, it has the same thing.
Yeah, the pageantry. People are juiced. Like, the barns are much better than a lot of these NBA barns.
Oh, you're right. Jack Hewlett said, I don't know how many barns are going to be doing this standing home.
Not tonight. That place in Boston is going to be absurd. And also, if March Madness doesn't deliver and the NBA playoffs deliver, we'll have the opposite conversation.
Yeah, for the rest of the year.
Good point.
NBA always delivers towards the playoffs.